You're starting to hear about ecdysterone and turkesterone. And now you're probably thinking, what is this stuff? Well, you've found the right video, because by the end of it, you'll really know what ecdysterone and turkesterone are. We're going to look together at how they work, what the benefits are, and whether you should be taking them. First of all, ecdysterone and turkesterone are two natural phytoecdysteroids, also known as ecdysteroids. We'll call them that. It's simpler. They're mainly found as plant extracts. Turkesterone usually comes from Agyga turkestanica, while ecdysterone generally comes from the plant Cyanotus arachnoidea. These plants always have weird names. Their compounds are very similar to the molting hormones found in insects, but that doesn't mean you're going to transform. Turkesterone is very similar to the testosterone molecule. But let's be clear, that doesn't mean you're taking testosterone. You also won't get the same effects. It's close, but it's not the same. Alright, that's great. But how does it work? Ecdysteroids act on different mechanisms that we still have trouble explaining or understanding. But as of today, we can see that ecdysteroids act on beta estrogen receptors. And the activation of these receptors is linked to muscle protein synthesis. So, better protein synthesis means better muscle development. Basically, your estrogen and testosterone levels are naturally more or less balanced. And taking ecdysteroids allows you to have an optimal ratio between the two. Not too much, not too little, in ideal balance. Kind of like with your mother-in-law, you see her a little, but not too much. Oh, you're single? Anyway, so by optimizing these hormone levels, taking ecdysterone also helps alter aromatase. What is aromatase? You know, when a man is overweight, he can develop what's called gynecomastia, which means an abnormal increase in breast tissue, kind of like women. And clearly, that's something we all want to avoid. Unless you want to become a woman, but that's a whole other topic we won't be covering on this channel. And this happens because the accumulation of fat promotes aromatase. Basically, it's an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. The higher our estrogen levels, the greater the risk of developing gynecomastia. So, what's great about ecdysteroids is that they naturally help balance the ratio between testosterone and estrogen. And in certain situations, they can help lower estrogen levels and potentially limit the onset of gynecomastia. However, if you already have gynecomastia, it won't make it go away or reduce it. Unfortunately, in those cases, the only option is surgery. One thing to know about ecdysteroids is that not everyone responds to them in the same way. But how can you tell if you're one of the people who responds well? Your sensitivity largely depends on your hormonal balance. In general, people with naturally low estrogen levels respond better and get more significant results. That said, some have also achieved excellent results despite having high estrogen levels. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there are still biological mechanisms that we don't understand or control yet, which could explain why individuals respond differently. That's why, when you look at reviews of turkesterone and ecdysterone, you'll sometimes find people who have impressive results, while others experience only mild effects or even no results at all. Let's talk specifics. What are the benefits? Turkesterone might be more powerful than ecdysterone, but since it's so new, we still have very little scientific evidence about it. Unlike ecdysterone, which is better documented and has proven its effectiveness in several studies for improving athletic performance and increasing muscle growth. The problem is, there are a lot of fake products on the market, so be careful where you buy your ecdysterone and turkesterone. Keep in mind that these products are relatively expensive. If you see a product that seems too good to be true, it probably has nothing in it. Let's get back to the benefits. Now, take this with a grain of salt, but it's possible that in postmenopausal women, 20-hydroxyecdysone, a molecule found in ecdysteroids, could help reduce fat deposits, especially visceral fat, as well as fat deposits in the muscles and joints. These benefits on visceral fat have also been confirmed in studies on rats. It's true that an anti-obesity effect has been observed in some of these studies. In this study, they put the rats in a caloric surplus and noticed that the group taking 20-hydroxyecdysone gained less weight compared to the placebo group. So, during bulking, this could be interesting because it would allow you to accumulate less fat if we refer to this study. It has also been shown that 20-hydroxyecdysone prevents glucose production in rats and reduces blood sugar in the same way as some commonly used diabetes treatments like metformin. So if you are pre-diabetic or have type 2 diabetes, this could be interesting. The question that comes up regularly, if I take ecdysterone, am I still natty, meaning natural? Yes, ecdysteroids can interact with certain hormone-related receptors, but they do not directly disrupt your natural hormone production like anabolic steroids do. Anabolic steroids artificially increase hormone levels. Moreover, the World Anti-Doping Agency does not classify ecdysteroids as a banned substance. Just as a reminder, ecdysteroids are found in foods like spinach and mushrooms. Of course, it's true that you would have to eat a huge amount to get the ideal dose. It's up to you, based on your needs and your body type, to decide if you want to try ecdysteroids. So if you want to try and make sure you're actually getting ecdysterone or turkesterone in your capsules, you can try our ecdysterone and turkesterone. There's a link in the description. With that, I'll leave you. We have dinner with my mother-in-law.